Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I love you song and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? Night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Time can bring me down, time can bend your knee. Time can break your heart, and you begging please, begging please. Beyond the door, there's peace I'm sure, and I know that there'll be more tears in heaven.
We gather together today in Yelamu, Ramaytush, Ohlone territory, on sacred land where people have gathered, where people have grieved together, where people have honored the ancestors for generations. I want to invite up Canyon Sayers Roots to offer a land acknowledgement and blessing. Canyon is Amamutsin, and we are very grateful for your presence with us here today, Canyon.
If you can hear me, can I hear you say, oh? Oh! I'm glad you can hear me this beautiful evening, this humble evening. Conracut Canyon, Coyote Woman, Sayers Roots. I am of the Indian Canyon Mutsun Band of Costanoan Ohlone people. That means that I come from a few hours south of here, where my ancestors have always been from. The Bay Area is my home. We are in what is known as Ohlone territory. Right here, right now, I'd like us to acknowledge Indigenous protocol by acknowledging and recognizing the Indigenous stewards who have always been taking care of these lands. And these are our homes, and these are the places and spaces that we work in, we visit, we have settled upon. And so can I hear you say Yalamu? Yalamu. Can I hear you say Ramaytush? Ramaytush. You're acknowledging the first village. Before San Francisco was known as San Francisco, before we spoke English, before we spoke Spanish, the first language of this land was Ramaytush. And so it's so very important that we start taking these steps to acknowledge that wherever we go, we are on occupied native land. And when we think about it, when we honor all of our elders, all of our ancestors, that all of us have indigenous lineages from the land of our ancestors, from wherever we are on this earth. So we can celebrate our indigeneity, come together in community to humble ourselves and connect to this land where our community has come to rest. It is a solemn evening to acknowledge those who have taken their journey to the next life. It is a time that we humble ourselves, we come together and recognize that we are all community and we have a responsibility to each other and to these lands. We need to reconnect with the earth. And so my mother and my grandmother have always taught me that when song, ceremony, and dancing stops, so does the earth. I too believe that. And I want to offer a grandmother song to honor our grandmothers, their grandmothers, and in all Mother Earth. For without them and without her, we would not be here. We share this time and space together for a reason. So I want to offer this grandmother song. That is a song that came to me differently than a traditional song was taught. I always acknowledge where songs come from to be accountable to my elders and my mentors. So this is Canyon's grandmother song to ground us and to be present in this circle tonight because you are meant to be here. This is Canyon's grandmother song. Moi, moi, oh, they're here. I want to thank you for acknowledging Indigenous protocol. Wherever we go, we can ground ourselves. We can celebrate our indigeneity and we can come together in community because we are all stewards of these lands and we want to be good ancestors in training. So when it comes to being community, when it comes to holding community accountable, we can stand together and respect each other in our diversity and celebrate our unity. So I thank you for being here and I'm very humbled that you're just holding space here. Thank you.
Beloved sisters and brothers, we welcome you with open arms, though a heavy heart. My name is Monique, and I am humbled to stand here before you and to be the one to welcome you on behalf of the Vigil's Organizing Committee, the San Francisco Interfaith Council, the San Francisco Night Ministry, the Faithful Fools Street Ministry, Skywatchers, Coalition on Homelessness, and Sojourn Chaplaincy from SF General. We are gathered at this time, dear ones, in the protective shelter of God's healing love. Here we are free to pour our grief, feel our emptiness, and support one another in our deep and common loss. We're also conscious of the frailty of our earthly existence, and we too remember our loved ones who have gone on before us. And so we gather here together with great love and with deep respect to pay tribute, to honor, to commend to God, and to celebrate most beautiful and precious lives of our sisters and brothers, too many lives who have died this year due to homelessness, living on the cold, hard pavement of the streets, and or to the lack of proper care and services. Deep thankfulness to each of you who are gathered here at this hour, who have walked with, who have loved our sisters and brothers. You have not turned your eyes nor your heart away from them. And we're ever so grateful for each of your heart, for your spirit, for your love, and for all that you do. And we must not stop, because this year we have too many. One is too many. If you look around you, you see the sea of names, and it doesn't reflect truly the number of our loved ones, of our sisters and brothers whose lives have been cut short. We must end homelessness. We must provide better care and services. All of us can do it together. I believe in miracles, and I believe in each of you. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kaushik. I'm the board chair of the San Francisco Interfaith Council. I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight to join us and help us remember those in death who society forgot about during their lives. And I just want to read a brief interfaith statement. San Francisco is an interfaith city. The San Francisco Interfaith Council comes together as people of faith to learn from each other so that we might better understand the multiplicity of faith traditions in our city and in our world. All our traditions seek a just world where everyone is fed and housed and lives a life of peace and dignity. People of every faith, as well as those without a faith, of course, grieve that in San Francisco, people still live and die on our streets. We are united in working for a city where everyone is housed, and we long for the day when this vigil will be no more, because all have a place to call home. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Marvin K. White. I'm the Minister of Celebration at Glide Memorial Church here in San Francisco. Before I read this invocation, I'm wondering if we could take a moment to call the names of our own dead and recently departed. So the names on these banners and the names that we call tonight will have an introduction in the place where they are. And I would like to introduce them to my grandmother, Bessie Lee Ford. They are not alone wherever they are next. If you can call the name of your ancestors, so these new ancestors of ours will be welcomed to wherever they are now.
Stanley Mason, Jimmy Tavares, Frank Nicholas, George Gacol, Michelle Lynn Graves.
We have to teach our ancestors how to be ancestors. We just introduced this great cloud of witness to one another. Gather together and call the name. son, father, grandfather, uncle, and brother. Gather together and call the name, daughter, mother, grandmother, aunt, and sister. Gather together and call the name, sister, son, brother, girl, niece, nephew, and nephews. Look for all the same differences in our bodies. Lips that we know are full with kiss, noses that we know swell and shine, foreheads that soak sun and reflect moon, hair that naps tight with curl. Be told we are sons and daughters from a long line of sons and daughters. We who have been taught to forget are remembering our own tonight. And we will tell and retell, write and rewrite our stories and our histories. And it looks like you. It's brown and it's browner. It smelled like you, it's earth and it's musk. It's strong like you, it's backs and its shoulders. It's soft like you, it's hold and its stroke. It sounds like you, it's drums and it's jazz. Do you hear it tonight? The song that swayed to, the song that makes you close your eyes and shake your head in slow nose and beg to have your burdens lifted to. It's a song that lulled the baby on the hip. It's the song that saved the captured on the ship. It's the song that said, tonight we run to freedom. And the night and the song has always been ours. The no more auction block for me. The precious Lord, take my hand. The come by here, Lord. Come by here. Do you hear it tonight? Do you feel it tonight? It's rolling in like a spirit riding a storm. Listen to the calm in your bones. Listen to the trees cry, and they do. Listen to all things that warn you to hold on, and hold on to him and to her like this. Like sea gripping land, like night blanketing stars, like shore spreading, pulling rivers through, like east and west wind fighting to hold on to one another as they turn in wild tornado. Can you feel it? Just like justice and the shakes before an earthquake. Can you feel it? Just like coming home from jail and the itch in your palm when payday is near. Can you feel it? Just like the still confounding prophetic. Can you feel it like the still bird song before an eruption? Can you feel it rolling in like a spirit riding a storm? The tear, the anger, the veil, the funeral, the eulogy, the food, the cremation, the scatterings, the babies, the rebirth, the re-entry, the return, the beloved, the bash, the fight, the guns, the vigil, the march, the protest, the growth, the strength, the community, the voices, the prayer, the hold, the strength, the night, and you. You who have prayed to sun gods know that love is nothing if not ritual. And you who have held on to centuries know that survival is nothing new. And you who have gone inside one another know that it is deep enough to hide one another. So gather together tonight and call the name, son and daughter, in the club and in the bar until it burns in the roof of our mouths. Gather together and call the name, father and mother in the encampment and in the SRO until it melts like butter candy under our tongues. Gather together and call the name, grandfather and grandmother, in the kitchen and in the shed until it runs through thick like blood. Gather together and call the name, uncle and aunt, in the church and choir until it raises our voices to gospel. Gather together and call the name, brother and sister, in the cardboard box and in the tent. Gather together and call the name until, amen.
These are names: Alvin Azama, Daryl Cold Iron, Michael Zerlu, Baby Boy Ortiz, Enrique Rojas, Dominic Shear, Craig Shackelford, Vincent Suarez, Thomas Walsh, Sean Williams, Henry Bran Ortiz, Brendan Cole, John Barber. Bambi Rowe. Bernard Wilhite. Alvin Williams. Lawrence Williams. Ronald Williams. Eric Wilson.
George Casey Watson, age 54. Hatim Abdullah, 31. Nader Al-Sheikh, 43. Alvin Aldridge. Dawit Alimayheyu. Stonewall Allen. Cairo Alvarez. Corey Amaker, 30. William Anderson, 36. William Andrews, 23. Stephen Anthony. Michael R. Barry Austin, 51. Eric Ayala, 47. Roger Bear. Michael Barty. Rayland Barnety. Arnulfo Barrera, 48. Issei Batek, 69.
Carol Cortiliano, 59. Eric Bean, 52. Carmelito Benitez. Jose Berrios, 58. Anthony Biggs. Luis Boyorquez Cabbage, 58. Henry Bran Ortiz, 49. James Bridges. Donovan Bright. Dolores Brown. Raymond Brown, 56. Susan Bryan, 70. Devon Burks. Joseph Campbell. Jason Carl, 44. Leroy Carr, 69. Charles Carroll. Genaro Carter, 64. Courtney Kiki Flood.
From the Jewish tradition, we pray to you, God of compassion, womb God, to shelter in your wings all of the souls for whom we pray tonight. We pray for them to all receive perfect rest and for their memories to be bound in life. מלא רחמים שוכן במרומים המצי מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה במעלות קדושים טהורים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את נשמות שהלכו לעולמם בגן עדן תהי מנוחתם אנא בעל הרחמים, הסתירם בסתר כנפיך לעולמים, וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמותיו. אדוני הוא נחלתם, ותנוח בשלום על משכבם. ונאמר, and we say, Amen.
Byron Timber Christian, age 35. Eric Germ Yamamoto. Crystal Ponzer, age 32. Sam Sadowski, age 25. Bradley Bear Beaupre, age 40. Craig Bish Goldsmith, age 49. Vernon Stoner Herzl, age 46. George Randall Saldivar, age 23. Edward Rue Tunison, age 47. Sarah Jessup, age 43. Christina Godfrey, age 36. David Stokes, age 39. Ridge Wilson, age 31. Angela Wong, age 54. Calvin Young. Hayden Young, age 24. And Igor Yurchenko.
Susie Cartwright, Napoleon Castro, Dorothy Chaplin, Moises Chavez Ascension, 33, Francis Chick, 54, Martin Choi, 67, John Chirelli, 55, John Clemens, 44, Stephen Cloman, 57, George Coburn, 45, Leah Cole, 50, John Collins, Christy Conroy, 35, Vern Cook, Casey Cooper, Damon Cooper, 55, Michael Kunha, Marvella Dantzler, 51.
Jack Davis, 37. Jerome Davis, 53. LaPortia Davis, 32. Christopher Debord, 47. James Dew. Ronnie Dickens. Annie Dimoff, 32. Ray Dinko, 77. David Dobras, 40. Juan Dobson. Michael Dodd, 43. Faustina Doherty, 52. Jessica Duke, 35. Derek Edwards. Mark Ellinger. Stanton Eschwig, 59. Andrew Evans, 63. Crystal Faison, 71.
My dear friend, my angel, Brad Elber, 47. My dear friend, my angel, Greta Biltler, 47. Renee Farr, 33. Patrick Faulkner, 53. James Feltzer, 27. Tyree Feltzer. Larry Flores. William Forrester, 65. Gregory Fox. Wilmore Galindo, 29. Alfonso Gastelum, 51. Rashim Gathers, 54. David Getz, 45. Dave Glassgrove. George Gokai. Brian Goldberg, 36. Benjamin Green, 36. Larry Green. Adrian Gray, 38.
We are gathered here together, friends and family here today, to say goodbye to many who have gone away. All their illness is behind them. No more pain they must endure. They are now with God in heaven with all joy assured. They will walk with all the others in a world so fine to see. They will join the generations that gave life to you and me. We go on now to remember things we know now from their past. We send love and tears to them now. They have peace at last. May the good Lord bless and keep them till we meet again. The Singers of the Street would like to sing that for you.
We are gathered here together, friends and family here today, to say goodbye to many who have gone away. All their illness is behind them, no more pain they must endure. They are now with God in heaven, with all joy assured. They will walk with all the others in a world so fine to see. They will join the generations that gave life to you and me. We go on now to remember. As we know from their past, is it love and tears to end now they have peace at last. May the good Lord bless and keep them till we meet again.
Charles Harris. James Harris, 59. Valerie Hawk. John Heaton, 42. Nigel Henry, 43. Sam Heron. Donnell Herrera, 45. Sean Heron, 62. Philip Hill, 58. Emmett Holland. Kenton Hollick, 65. William Hollis, 64. Claude Holman. Marielle Hausman, 40. Fred Houston, 69. Sheila Houston. Yorkie Allen Red Howard.
I'm so sorry. It's okay.
Charles Hubbard, Victor Humphrey, Brendan Jefferson, 33, Kenneth Jenkins, 44, Anna Johnson, Doris Johnson, Howard Johnson, Michael Jones, 58, Misty Jones, Theodora Jones, 56, Victor Juarez, 45, Ginger Juarez Jefferson, Suzanne Kaiser, Billie Jean Canois, George Karasek, Sean Kennedy, 48, Stephen Kennedy, 32, Gilbert King.
Henry Gleaner, Christopher Clement, 53, Jadi Knight, 18, Richard Knotts, Huang Dong Lee, 61, Palmer Lee, 36, James Lewis, 25, Leon Lewis, Svetlana Legreen, Nathan Lockhart, 28, Quinton Louis, 42, Leonardo Lundy, 41, Michelle Lin, Arturo Madri, 54, Yolanda Madri, John McGee, James Malone, Scott Marquise, 61.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Hala Hijazi. You got me crying already. My name is Hala Hijazi, and I'm a proud member of the board of directors with my brothers and sisters here that are organizers, and I also serve on the Human Rights Commission. On behalf of the Muslim community, greetings and blessings and peace upon all of you. I just want to say a few prayers that we use with the Muslim community when there's a death. When someone dies, we say, to God do we belong, and to God do we return. Praise be to God, the Lord of the universe, the most gracious, the most merciful, Master of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, and from you alone we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those on whom you have bestowed your grace, not of those who earned your wrath, nor those who have gone astray. O God, forgive our living and our dead, those who are present among us and those who are absent, our young and our old, our males and our females. O God, whoever you keep alive, keep them alive in faith, and whoever you cause to die, cause them to die in faith. O God, forgive them and have mercy on them. Keep them safe and sound. Honor their rest and ease their entrance. Make their graves spacious and fill it with light. Wash them with water and snow and hail, and cleanse them of sin as a white garment is cleansed of dirt. O God, give them a home better than their home, and a family better than their family. O God, if they are doer of good, then increase their good deeds, and if they were a wrongdoer, then overlook their bad deeds. O God, forgive them and give them the steadiness to say the right thing. And I want to leave you with two hadiths that are really important in light of everything that's going on. O mankind, I have created you from male and female and made you into tribes and nations that you may know each other, not that you may despise one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of God is the most righteous of you. None of you has faith until he loves for his brother and his neighbor what he loves for himself, and hates for his brother what he hates for himself. And a servant of God has not thanked God if he has not thanked the people. So today we thank you for honoring and remembering and praying and honoring the dignity of those that have died on our streets of San Francisco. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Victor Martinez, 32. Robert Mathena. Dale Meyer, 32. Stacy McCullough. Don McDaniel. Sonia McDonald. Kelly McKiernan. Tanner McNeil. Denise Medal Jr., 65. Ernesto Mercado, 50. Adrian Miles, 48. Alicia Molina. Daniel Moses, 59. Edgar Mullen. Emmett Mulligan. John Mullins. Frederick Newble, 39. Jeff Nolan.
Bubbles. Daniel O'Leary. Owen O'Sullivan. Bernard O'Connor, 58. Bruce Orndorff. Edmund Osborne. Mario Osorio, 66. Michael Oxendine, 41. Rodney Palmer. Ryan Palmer. Arthur Parker. Daniel Perez, 63. Ernesto Perez, 30. Esteban Perez Castro. Antonio Perez Ocampo. Brant Petrie. Brooke Pettyjohn. Lawrence Pfeiffer, 58. Miles Plymouth, 38.
Taking refuge from suffering in the triple gem of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha is a tradition across Buddhist traditions. It is a teaching, and it's a vow, it's a yearning, and it's an invitation. It's an invitation for all beings, the dead and the living, an invitation to all beings, near and far, an invitation to all beings, seen and unseen, to find refuge in the Buddha, the awakened one, to find refuge in the Dharma, the way, the truth of the present moment, the truth of the way things are, and to find refuge in the Sangha, the compassionate community. And so this triple gem is an invitation to awaken to the truth in community. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dutiyampi Dharmam Sharanam gacchami. Dutiyampi sangam sharanam gacchami. Tatyampi buddham sharanam gacchami. Tatyampi dharmam sharanam gacchami. Tatyampi sangam sharanam gacchami.
Curtis Polk, Crystal Ponzer, Joe Rasmussen, Evelyn Rice, Michael Richmond, 57, Phidias Riggs, 51, Juan Rivera Galana, Don Roberts, Jerry Rodriguez, 58, James Rokas, 55, Marcus Rosnick, 49, A.G. Ross, Alfonso Roundtree, Michael Rufinuch, 51, Troy Rowe, Jerry Ruiz, Serafin Salvadra, 58, Cesar Sanchez, 50.
Curtis Sandy, John Sanders, Bill Sapp, Russell Shaniel, Nicholas Schroeder, Dominic Seals, Carolyn Silva, 32, James Simmons, Raymond Sinclair, Johnson Singh, 57, Lonnie Sledge, David Smith, Tyrone Smith, Bruce Sokol, 55, Veronica Solis, Patricia Solid, Morris Sony, 51, and Sean Sparks.
Leonard Stone, Ida Struther, Ronald Sullivan Sr., Michael Sanat, Henry Taylor, 62, Michelle Thomas, 60, Tanisha Thompson, 44, Jessica Tillman, Tamiko Timms, Patricia Trammell, Mark Volkel, Weston Vogue, 30, Frank Walker, 54, Philip Walker, 37, Chadwick Ward, Justin Ware, 41, Carl Weatherspoon, 51, Donnell Weaver.
We who did the planning for this event did our best to include all the names of everyone whom we lost this year. However, we recognize that we probably did not get everyone. So if you have a name of someone who you know who died outside or marginally housed this year, this is a time that we would invite you to come forward and offer that person's name. Every person we've named tonight had a full and important story, but we'll invite you to just offer the name when you come up.
Nigel.
Marguerite Rodriguez and Gypsy.
Are there others?
Remembering Hugh Harks.
William Ramirez.
Yossi Halperin.
Amalia Lawrence, Petra Cruz, Craig Goldsmith, Hillary Smith, Justin Thrasher, Timber, Casey Dempsey. I can't do it.
Crystal Faison, Earlene Franklin,
Jimmy Tavares, Michelle Lynn Graves, Frank Fimbres.
Baby Joshua and William Ramirez.
Dave Glasgow, Michael Cunha, John Sanders, Kenneth T.B. Clark, Kenneth Slachter, Philip Walker, Flynn White. Kenton Hollick, Kenton Hollick.
Are there others? Will not.
Sometimes there's just the people that disappear from the streets. Tony Page.
If there are no others, we'll now move to the burning of the names, and I believe Singers of the Street have a song to offer as we do that.
Brothers and sisters are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
So we invite you, we will have a closing benediction, but we'd like to invite any of you who'd like to stay. And we also have cards up here with pens if there's anybody's name you'd like to write on and put it into the fire. And just to be with us all, we had, I think, 240 some banners that were made, and then we heard the many others that there are many, many people who are we're remembering with heavy hearts, and may they rest in peace.
Again, sisters and brothers, thank you. Thank you for all of your love and for your care and for your bright, beautiful spirit. May we continue to shine our inner light upon this city with our officials, and especially to walk through the dark alleys and under the bridges and in the streets, noticing, talking with, smiling to, giving a hand to our sisters and brothers, acknowledging them. There's nothing more powerful, in my humble opinion, than the ministry of presence. And we all have that. And we all have a heart. You would not be here if you didn't care and if you didn't love. And so please receive this blessing. We invite you to testing. We invite you to remain with us and also sing this little light of mine in the spirit of this city and whose name it is named after. Oh God, make us an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, pardoned. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. Divine Master, grant that we may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to love, to be loved as to love. I messed that one up, I'm sorry. May we all go forth with the Holy One's blessing, dear family, for we are all family here. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon each of you, and forever and ever grant you peace. Tammy.
Okay, I think we passed some of these around, but everybody knows this song. This little light, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the city, I'm gonna let it shine. Underneath the bridge, I'm gonna let it shine. In people's lives, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
One foot from the other,
and
we love.
One foot from the other, and we will love. One foot from the other, and we will love. One foot from the other, and we will love.